everyone, my name is Becca and I'm going to take you through a 20-minute beginner Pilates class. If you've never done Pilates before, this is a great first start for you. I'm going to talk you through the breath work, the principles of Pilates, and also a really good workout. So whenever you're ready, meet me in the middle of your mat and we will get started. So coming into a cross-legged position, just placing your hands on your knees and sitting up really nice and tall. We're just going to go through a really quick posture check because posture is one of the biggest parts of Pilates. Doing Pilates consistently will really help improve your posture. So just going through a quick body scan, I just want you to start at your hips. So making sure that your pelvis is nice and stable and that you're not rocking forward or back. It's just nice and neutral in the middle. And then moving on to your ribs, I want you to make sure that your ribs are connected into your body. So what I mean by that is you're not flaring through the ribs. You're drawing your ribs down towards your hips. If I come to the side and show you, I just mean that you're not flaring through the ribs. Those ribs are tucking in, sliding down towards your hips and sitting up really nice and tall. Your shoulders are away from your ears and you're really lengthening through the crown of your head. I always like to imagine that I've got a piece of string coming through the top of my head and someone's pulling me up, sitting up really nice and tall. So we're not slouching into the back, sitting up really nice and tall, but not arching through the back. Great work. Just getting comfortable with that posture, rolling your shoulders away from your ears. We're going to start taking a few deep breaths. So you can either do this with your hands on your knees, or sometimes I do like to place my hands on my ribs because we're going to really be breathing into the ribs instead of breathing into the belly. So let's take a big inhale through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. It's like you're breathing out through a straw. Inhale. And exhale, breathing out through the straw. So as you inhale, I really want you to expand through the ribs. And then exhale out through the mouth, drawing those ribs down towards your hips. Great work. Two more like this. Inhale. Exhale, draw those ribs down. Last one. Inhale through the nose. And then exhaling out through the mouth. Okay, so that's the breathing. So we're breathing into the ribs instead of into the stomach or the chest. We're now going to add on. So we're going to add in core connection now. So we're going to do the same thing again. You're going to inhale through the nose, opening up through the ribs. And as you exhale out, I want you to start to draw your belly button back towards your spine. So it's like you're tightening a belt. Drawing that belly button back towards your spine, not all the way, we don't want to be in pain. It's just bringing that belly button back towards the spine slightly, just to make sure that we're really connecting into our core and into our center. Let's do two more like this. So inhale through the nose. Exhale, draw the ribs down, bringing that belly button back towards your spine. One more, inhale through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth, drawing those ribs in, belly button back towards your spine, drawing your core in. Great work. We have one more layer to add on. So this time we're going to add in our pelvic floor. Pelvic floor just helps to keep everything centered into the body. So we're going to do that again, the same thing. Hands on your ribs if this helps. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Slide those ribs down, draw that belly button in and pull up through your pelvic floor. I like to imagine it's like you're stopping a wee. I know that sounds a bit weird, but that's the sensation that it feels like. Again, two more like this. Inhale through the nose, expanding through the ribs. Exhale, draw that belly button in, pulling that pelvic floor up, sliding those ribs down. Last one, great work. Inhale. Exhale, draw those ribs down. Belly button back towards the spine, I can't speak. Drawing up through your pelvic floor. And release. Great work. So when I explain breath work today, I really want you to come back to that feeling. So when I say exhale, you're going to draw your belly button back, pull up through your pelvic floor, slide your ribs down towards your hips. There's a lot to think about, so don't worry if you don't get it first time. Come back to this video, try it a few different times, and you will eventually get there, and it'll just become second nature. Okay, so we're going to start with the movement now. We're going to flip on over onto your glutes. So we're going to get into the movement now. I just want you to flip on over to your glutes. Knees are at a 90-degree angle. Hands are over your knees, so your shoulders are at, your hands are at shoulder height, should I say. Sliding those shoulders down into your back. I just want you to slowly rock off your pelvis, curve through your spine, and really slowly start to draw yourself all the way down to the mat. Laying down on your back, hands above your head, extend your legs away from you. Your legs are extending away from your centre, hands are above your head, really stretching out through the full body. And then bringing your knees up, so your knees are coming towards the ceiling, feet are placed down into the mat, hands are coming behind your head, so interlacing your hands behind your head. I want you to take an inhale to prepare, so opening those ribs. Exhale, you're going to tuck your chin to your chest, you're going to slowly start to come up into your abdominal curl. Inhale to come down. Exhale, tuck the chin, lifting the head and neck and shoulders off the mat. Inhale to come down. Exhale, remember what I taught you, so you're bringing your belly button back to your spine, drawing up through that pelvic floor. Inhale to come down. Exhale, lift, keeping those elbows nice and wide. Try not to bring your elbows in because it gives you more of a tendency to pull on your neck. Elbows stay nice and wide as you lower the head, neck and shoulders. If you are feeling any tension in the back of your neck, just try and have your head really heavy in your hands. The more that you do this, the more you will get used to the feeling and you won't get that tension in your neck because you'll really be lifting from your core instead of from your neck. 2 more like this. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Last one. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower down. And release. Bring your hands down by your sides. Really pulling those shoulders away from your ears. I want you to now pop your lower back into the mat. So really tilting your pelvis under, pushing your lower back into the mat, imprinting it there, and then just lift your right leg and then your left leg, bringing your legs into a tabletop position. So when we say tabletop, this is the position you want to be in. Your knees are going to be stacked over your hips and your legs are at a 90-degree angle. Hands are placed down into the mat, neck is nice and long. From here, you're going to tap your right toe down to the mat. Lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Really slow and controlled movement here. The aim is to keep your lower back into the mat the whole time. So you can have a really small range of movement here, just tapping the toes down. I just want you to really make sure that lower back is staying to the mat the whole time. If you feel like your neck is back slightly, you can pop something underneath your neck to lift it slightly just to release any tension. Just figuring out what works best for you and your body. Just starting in this movement and this way of moving. Really connecting into your body, into your breath. And just enjoying movement. It doesn't have to be intense to get a good burn and a good workout. This slow and controlled way of moving is such a great way of getting that movement in daily. Exhale, tap the toe down. Inhale, lift. 2 more. Last one. Hold the legs in tabletop. Just focusing in on your pelvis. Make sure that your pelvis is pushing into the mat. Nice neutral position. From here, you're going to exhale, extend that leg away. Inhale, bring it back in. Opposite leg, exhale away. Inhale, back in. Just alternating legs here. It doesn't matter about the height of your leg. So your leg can be really nice and high, or you can go further down. Depends where you are in your journey. So the lower down it is, the harder it's going to be. I don't want you to mess up your form by lowering that leg too far. So if it means that your lower back is staying into the mat and your leg is slightly higher, that is absolutely fine. If you go any lower and your form is off, you're not going to feel it in the correct places and you can cause yourself injury. So just feeling what's right for your body, wherever you are, focusing in on that breath, drawing your belly button down towards your spine, pulling up through that pelvic floor, releasing any tension in the face, just smiling through the movement, nice and slow and controlled here. 2 more. Last one, and hold the legs in tabletop. From here, you're going to bring your hands behind your head again. And you're going to curl yourself up. So exhale to curl yourself up. From here, we're going to go into what we call bicycles. So you're going to extend your right leg away from you and your right elbow is going to come to your left knee. So you're going to exhale, switch, and switch. Switch. So you exhale as you switch. 4, 8, you can do it. 7, 6, yes, 5, 4, 3, you can do it. 2, last one, and release. Hug those knees into your chest. Just rocking from side to side and looking to your left and right, just releasing any tension in the neck. And back to centre. Just slowly rock and roll yourself up to a seated position. And then we're going to go onto all fours. So from here, just getting into that correct posture. So that correct starting position. I want you to have your knees stacked underneath your hips. Your hands are stacked underneath your shoulders. You can have a soft bend in your elbows if that feels good. And what I want you to do this whole time is really keep those ribs nice and lifted. Have a slight tuck of the tailbone, keeping that core connection the whole time. Even if you just focus on that in this moment, that's absolutely fine. From here, you're going to extend your left leg away from you, keeping that hip down, so your both hips are parallel to the mat, keeping that pelvis nice and stable. From here, you're going to exhale, lift the leg. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. You can do it. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Trying to push out through the palms of your hands. So try not to drop into your shoulders. You're pushing out through the palms of your hands, keeping your hips nice and still. The only thing that's moving is your legs. Again, try not to dip it into that lower back. This isn't about how high you can swing your leg. It's about keeping that correct form. So it's not about swinging the leg up and down. That's not going to do anything for us. It's really adding that resistance into your body. Keeping those hips nice and stable. It's like you're moving through water. Again, keeping those ribs nice and high. Lower abdominals are switched on. 2 more like this. Last one, just hold it here for me. Just hold. Again, check in with your body. Where is your pelvis? Have you opened up through your hips, or is your hips nice and square to the mat? From here, you're going to bring that knee into your chest, curve through your spine, and extend it out. So you're going to inhale to bring it in. Exhale, extend it back. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend it back. So as you bring that knee in, you're curving through your spine. You're bringing that belly button towards your spine. Exhale. Again, try not to dip through that spine. So it's, again, not about how high you can lift your leg. Keeping that nice and controlled movement. Inhale, come in. Exhale, extend. If this is too much on your forearms, on your wrists, you can come down to your forearms. Curling in and extending out. Curling in extend out. Try not to open up through that hip. A lot about Pilates is keeping your pelvis nice and neutral. It's only going to help with our posture. Keeping those hips nice and still. Hold it here. Last one. You can do it. Hold it here. From here, I want you to extend your right arm out. So opposite arm is extending out. Just hold through that balance, keeping that core nice and strong. Holding that balance. I know it's hard, but you can do it. From here, I just want you to tap your hand and your foot down. Lift. Tap it down. And lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale, lift. Keeping that core connection. Focusing in on your breath. 4 more. You can do it. Last 3. I know it's burning, but you can do it. 2. Last 1. Just hold it here. Place that hand down. Place your knee down. Open the knees nice and wide and push back into your child's pose. Just placing your head down on the mat. Just enjoying this moment. Resetting the body. Really making sure your hips are pushing down into your feet. Stretching out through the fingertips, finding that length and space through your body. And then when you're ready, we're going to come up and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So just checking your starting position. Hands are placed underneath your shoulders. Knees are underneath your hips. And extend that right leg back this time. So making sure that you're not opening up through your hips. Your hips are nice and parallel to the mat. Have a slight bend through your elbows. You're going to lift that right leg up. Lower down. Lift. And lower. You can do it. Almost finished. Lift. And lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower down. For 4. 3. Really pushing out through the palms of your hands. Last 2. Last 1. Just hold it here. Making sure that hip is down towards the mat. Ribs are nice and high. Belly button is back towards your spine. You're going to inhale, bring your knee to your chest. Exhale, extend it out. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, extend. So you're curving through your back, bringing that belly button back towards your spine, and then extending that leg out. Try not to dip through your lower back. You can do it. Not long left. Enjoy the burn. Enjoy the movement. Keep going. Last 3. Focusing in on that breath. Inhale to bring it in. Exhale, extend. Last 1. And hold. From here, you're going to extend your left leg out this time. Your left leg, your left arm. Just holding it here. Hold that balance really nice and strong through your core. Going to drop that arm down. Drop the toe. And lift. Drop it down. And lift again. It's not about how high you can get it. Keep that form so your core is nice and strong. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Just 4 more. You can do it. Last 3. 2. Last 1. Place that knee down. Place the hand down. And push back into a child's pose. Well done, everyone. Just drawing your shoulders away from your ears. Pushing your hips down. Focusing in on your breath. Really extending out through your fingertips. And then walk your hands up towards your body and slowly roll yourself up. We're just going to finish with a few stretches. So coming into a seated position in the middle of your mat. I just want you to cross your right ankle over your left thigh, sitting up really nice and tall. Again, still focusing on those principles, so keeping your pelvis nice and stable. Try not to be rocking onto one hip or the other. Hips are just nice and still, feeling a nice stretch through your glutes. Shoulders are away from your ears. And switching sides. Left ankle comes over your right thigh. I really hope you enjoyed your first or your beginner Pilates class, whether it's your first or whether you are just a beginner getting into Pilates. I really hope you enjoyed this class. Or you could just be somebody who has been a Pilates pro for a while now and you just want to come back to those basics, come back to those principles, wherever you are in your journey. I really hope you enjoyed this class. And then coming into a seated position, we're just going to take one last deep breath to finish. So I want you to inhale, lift those hands up above your head. Bring your hands together. As you exhale out, bring your hands down through heart center. And you are all done. Well done today, everyone. One thing I want you to take away from this class is that emphasis on your posture. Pilates is incredible for helping improve your posture. So just taking those little cues that we spoke about today, about making sure that your pelvis is in a neutral position. You're not arching into your lower back, you're not slumped into your spine. You're just sitting up or standing up really nice and tall. Your pelvis is neutral. You're drawing that belly button back towards your spine. Your ribs are sliding down towards your hips. Your shoulders are away from your ears. We can hold so much tension in our shoulders and you probably feel like you do this quite a lot. So making sure that shoulders are relaxed and down into your back and just lengthening through the crown of your head. You'll start to notice those small improvements in your posture the more that you do them. If you did enjoy today's class, please leave me a comment and let me know. And hopefully I will see you on the mat again very soon.